Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Money Hungry Mama podcast. I am so excited because I have Lisa here with us tonight. Lisa, take it away.
Hi, everybody. My name is Lisa Vara, and I am the owner and operator of Lux Virtual Services, a virtual assistant business.
Oh, cool. So, virtual assistant. What made you come up with that idea?
So I have over 35 years of experience in the admin world. And last year there was some series of events that my life took a turn and I needed to go back to work. And I really didn't want to go back to the 9 to 5 grind. So in the process of trying to think of what to do, my best friend said to me, well, what about administration? Like, you're good at that. Like, couldn't you do that? Couldn't you work for yourself kind of thing? And I'm like, oh no, I don't think I can do that. And then virtual assisting just kept popping into my path. And I thought, okay, I better pay attention. And I looked it up. I didn't even know what it was. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I can do this. So, so I took a quick course and to learn how to run the business side because I had the administration down. And then I launched my business last February.
That is so exciting. These friend conversations, I swear to goodness, sometimes you just have to ask your friend, like, what am I good at? What are
Right.
some things that you ask me questions about, you see in me?
Right.
Okay. So now we have this business, and you had taken a business course, which is amazing. We always love to prepare for these types of things. How did you get your first client?
Very funny. So I launched in February. In March, there was, I believe it was actually a Turnkey Women event at a photography studio. And the woman was opened her studio up and she was doing headshots that night. And as soon as I met her and then I had my little headshot session, I was like, I love her. I have to get with her. I have to talk to her. So I guess after the event, I sent her an email like, this is what I do. And I would love to chat with you about it if you need, some administration help and this kind of thing. So I went back to her studio and I met with her. And yeah, we've been working together since like April of last year. So still my first client, and I still am working with her. And yeah, and I love it. I love her and I I love working for her.
So she did a little name drop before. So for everybody that doesn't know, Turnkey Women is an amazing networking group here in New Jersey. Shannon is the owner operator, and she is just a lovely, lovely, lovely human. So if you are familiar or near New Jersey and you want to attend one of their events, 100% recommend. They are fantastic. We actually just did a joint networking night, which was so great. So many great women.
Yeah.
Definitely check her out. That is so fun. We always talk about it on here how networking is so important, whatever that looks like for you, like
Yes.
going to the different groups, getting your name out there, especially when you're in the beginning. So you did it right.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we have your first client, and that's going fantastic. What would you say is your top, I don't, what's the word I'm looking for? Top marketing avenue for your virtual assistant business?
For me, honestly, it is I post on Instagram faithfully. It is connected to Facebook, but I'm not like my Facebook isn't as popular, I guess. I don't get a whole lot of followers there and I don't really particularly like it, so I don't babysit it. But honestly, so that and then honestly the networking. I have spent $0 marketing myself other than money to go to like a networking event or something like that. So, and word of mouth, honestly, I have a couple of clients that came to me through word of mouth. So, yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. So, we talk a lot about here on social media, and I'm just going to ask you one last thing about it because, guys, I think we have enough episodes right now up until this point of different social media tips. But for somebody who's listening that is a pure beginner, what would be your number one tip for social media posting for them?
Just consistency. You have to be consistent. It doesn't have to, I do post 5 times a day. I used to do 7 times a day,
Wow.
which I mean, not a day, a week. I'm sorry.
I was about to be like,
No,
oh
no,
my God,
no,
that's
that's
the
insane.
first.
I mean, seven times a week is insane too, but
Yeah.
yeah, no. And it's really, you want to be posting at least 3 times a week, I think, and be consistent about it. Get your message out there. I just read a statistic not too long ago that says you need to have your message in front of people at least 7 times before it connects. So don't I used to feel bad about not having new content in this, but after reading that and learning some more, I have been trying to do similar posting and similar messages, that sort of thing. So,
It's so funny because I've been in the sales space for quite some time now, and one of the, like, business sales space, one of the biggest new nuances is it takes 24 touch points before people buy now. So,
wow.
isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
24 touch points. So, as many of you know, I have been coaches for different businesses. So I was a coach for selfpublishing.com for 2 years. Now I'm at Premium Ghostwriting Academy. And I will tell you that the clients that come in are following these businesses for 2 years. 2 years before they purchase their coaching program, before they purchase their courses. And I think that is so eye-opening to hear, right? Like, it's because we get discouraged so easily. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. It's like you put something out there and you hope for the best and you're like, yes, like
Right.
this is going to be amazing. People are going to buy it. 2 years. And
Wow.
both of these businesses, talk about consistency, are nonstop with the emails, nonstop with the ads, nonstop
Yeah.
with any of those things. So theirs take 2 years, but again, they are constant. They are constantly in people's emails. Their message never veers. Their mission is the same. And then think about ourselves, right? How long would it take if we're not doing emails? How long is it going to take if you're not posting? How long is it going to take if you're not running ads?
Exactly. Yeah.
It could take a lot longer. So it's
Right.
24 touch points, and that's the minimum. That's the minimum.
Crazy.
And it's honestly wild, and I honestly truly believe, so you have taken the course about business, right? I honestly truly believe that it takes so long now because there's so many smoke and mirrors out there. There's so many, sorry guys, like, bad courses, and there's so many bad
Mhm.
coaching programs, and it's just trying to find through the smoke and mirrors is what takes people 24 touch points. What would
Yeah.
you think on that?
I agree with you. I completely agree with you. I just started a series on coming in, this June in my Instagram. All I've been seeing is kind of like you're saying, the smoking mirrors about hiring virtual assistants for $7 an hour or $6 an hour. And I was seeing it over and over again, like in April and May. And it was aggravating me because not that you can't hire overseas and get a good virtual assistant, but the thing is you're not going to get the quality and the personalization as you would hiring somebody here. So I have to work very hard at like putting those things out so people can see that yes, I have a service, and yes, I am much much different than if you would save a few dollars with going overseas, so
Yeah.
I completely agree with you. And like you said, the message has to be consistent and it has to be clear and it has to be over and over and over again.
You know how your kids have 47 new outfits for summer and you're still rocking the same black tank top from 2019? Yeah, same. That's why I love this summer sponsor, Mauve Shop Boutique, a mom-owned shop built by a mama who actually gets it. Trendy, wearable pieces that make you feel like yourself again. And here's the best part. They ship anywhere in the country, so you can fill your cart from the couch after bedtime. Free shipping on orders over $75. And use my code, MHM10, because trust me, it feels fast. Mauve Shop Boutique, where you come to feel like you, and as they say, see you in the fitting room. And
Yeah,
listen, like, I'm going to be so honest. I used an overseas virtual assistant. So, as we know, I am an author. I had, when I was working at selfpublishing.com, shout out to Rami. He's an incredible fiction coach. And he was like, you need an assistant. Now, he had got me in touch with an assistant. She was $10 an hour. The problem with that I had with the assistant overseas was not the language barrier, because there's ways to explain that. It was the
right.
fact of all of the barriers of logging into my things. Whenever you try to log into somebody's, like, Google or whatever they're having you do from overseas, you're going to get those block ups. It's going to be like, this
Sure.
isn't you. You got to stop. Like, And the problem is too, is we were hitting these blocks of Google not believing it's me, but then when you get flagged so many times, you also
Right.
can seem like a bot. You also can seem like certain things. It didn't end up
Absolutely.
working out. They were lovely human beings. I had nothing,
Right.
but to have an assistant is to not have to step in. And when you're
Right.
constantly needing to unlock barriers or, over explain or literally give, exactly to detail what you wanted done, you should have just did it in yourself in that time.
Mhm.
So, yes, I saved a couple dollars, but I did not save any time.
Right.
So, for me,
Right.
it didn't work out in that sense, and I will say, like, since then, I've just been doing everything myself because it's like I already was doing it when I was paying somebody.
Right.
So let me just continue doing it myself. So I will say, if you're listening to us right now, yes, you could save a couple dollars, but it did not work out for me in the sense of what you were hoping for from that does still have the same exact amount of time, at least in my experience.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what Lisa's trying to say.
Right, right, and I would never say that they're not good workers or,
No, no, they're
that things
hard
wouldn't
as
get done.
heck.
I would never say that. With
Mm-mm, they're
my
amazing.
with if someone was to hire me, I can only speak for myself. I don't know very many other virtual assistants, but with me, I come in like a partner. You get not only you don't only get somebody who's doing your admin work, but you're also getting somebody who is like an office business manager who's going to help you with systems and help you create things, make it so that you don't have to be there to put out fires still. If you're going to hire an assistant, like you said, you want to hire somebody that you don't have to worry. Once you get the onboarding and everything done, you want to be able to so
Wipe my
exactly.
hands of you and just take over. I explained it once.
Exactly.
Let me step back. That is the ideal goal of hiring an admin. And
Right.
I think, these are all things that we learn in learning curves. You have this virtual assistant business. And you know what's so funny? I didn't ask you in the beginning, but I know there's probably somebody like, oh my gosh, but like ask her, Britt, what is a virtual assistant?
So a virtual assistant is basically like I see it as somebody who is you would hire a secretary to do all different kinds of admin work. The difference is I'm not sitting outside of your office. I'm sitting at home. I'm at my home office doing your tasks. So I have a handful of clients that I do customer service for where I will call and see if they need anything as far as ordering or check up on invoicing. My first client, who is the photographer, I do all of her customer inquiries. So she'll get an inquiry for a session. I will then send the emails. I make the follow up phone calls and I do the follow up emails. So things like that. Anything that you have on your plate that is taking up too much time that either you don't want to do or you really don't do well. My tagline is that, do what you do best and delegate the rest.
I love that.
So when I come in and I come in and help you, it's that I'm taking those things off your plate and giving you back focus and mental space so that you can do what you do best in your business and you can nurture your business and grow your business. Because admin work is the necessary evil of every business. It has to
The
get done.
worst.
Yes. Yes, but the business owner doesn't have to do everything and they don't have to do it alone. So yeah.
I love that. It's so, so true. I mean, I can't even tell you how cool is it to have somebody on, like, especially those of you that are taking appointments and needing to follow up and doing invoices and all the things, like to just have somebody that's competent to be like, okay, like these are the things I need to get done that I don't have time to do. But then, hey, maybe you're opening up more coaching calls. Maybe you're opening up more photography studio time. Maybe you're opening up whatever you do, right? And being able to open up more time slots is what's making you more money.
Mhm.
And that's why I love that it was what would do what you best and
Do what you do best and delegate the rest.
do what you do best and delegate the rest. I think that is like one of the biggest takeaways that my old boss used to like instill. He had and this exists, guys, a a 1920s like housekeeper, not like a cleaning lady, a housekeeper. Like she kept the house. So she would do his food shopping. She would be there every single day. Like we used to have like meetings in his space for a week at a time. And she was there the whole entire time, setting up the food, cleaning up the food, like everything. And I was like, wow,
Wow.
like this is so nice to have this little like housekeeper here. And he's like, yeah, I don't have time to do that. So what I take in the time that I would have done all that, I just add it more to what I can do and bring in more money. And I'm
Right.
like, this is like
Right.
golden. So to have you and I'm sitting here, I'm like, wow, like I love this idea. Like because it just didn't work out for me last time. So doesn't mean it doesn't work out if you find the right person.
Absolutely.
So you can kiss a few frogs before you find your princess, but there
Yes.
or prince, whatever you prefer.
Right.
But
Right.
in reality, it's really cool to know that you're doing all of these things for other people. So for all of you that are sitting here and are either like, A, I really need a Lisa, or B, this is something I'm really interested in doing, Lisa's here. She's part of the Money Hungry Mama community. You have you can reach out to her at any point
Yes.
and ask some questions because I think virtual assistant is so vague sometimes because you do everything, right? Like it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
what do you do? Because I'm not sure what the assistant is doing, but it really
Yeah.
is down to what the boss wants you to do, which is really cool. Really, really
Right.
cool. So, what does a typical day in the life of a virtual assistant look like?
So a typical day is I have my clients. I have about 6 or 7 of them, and I have them listed out. And it's different every day. It depends on who needs what. I have a few that I do just social media and a newsletter for. So like those clients, the beginning of the month is basically reaching out to them. Hey, I need your content by X date, which is usually during like the middle of the month. And then I start working on them in the middle of the month to be able to
Right.
post and everything at the end. My daily clients are like my photographer, and I have a client who owns a vodka company. I have a travel agent. So those are my like everyday basically. And again, it's checking email, it's creating emails, it's making phone calls. Like it just depends where we are on the cycle of the day of the month. But yeah, so I'm always busy throughout the day. And what I do is my packages are hours per month. So I divide
Cool.
those hours over a day, over the however many days in the month, and that's how much I spend each day on each client, so that I can kind of divvy up the time. And, the other thing with hiring a virtual assistant is when I do my work for you, I'm working just for you. So I'm not working for any of my other clients. I'm not answering phones. I'm not talking to the UPS driver. I'm not going out and getting the mail. If you hired me for 5 hours for a month, you get 5 hours of work, complete work. It's not just,
Love
again,
that.
yeah. So it's a money saver in a sense, because you're not paying somebody like a 9 to 5, and how many hours out of that 9 to 5 is their actually concentrated work,
100%.
So yeah, so it is
100%.
different every day, but that's basically, roundabout what I do.
Yeah, no, it's so true. And you guys know, I'm a queen side hustler because I just like money. So I like keeping the 9 to 5 and doing all of these extracurricular activities in the afternoons with my side hustles because I don't know, there's something, but what you just said hit the nail on the head. Like you truly, if you're doing like a salary, you really don't know how often somebody's working. So to work those 5 hours is great. And I love that it's just designated to the person. Like
Yes.
it's not trying to like go everywhere. So that's
Yeah.
really, really cool. So when you are doing your virtual assistant and you're finding new people and you're adding people in, how does that onboarding process kind of look for you?
So we have a discovery call at first, whether we meet over coffee or we have a Zoom or, whatever. And I hear what your pain points are, talk about what I think, how I think we should tackle it, and that. Onboarding then for me is them saying yes. And then I send a contract and I send an invoice. I also asked them to set up a folder in a Google Drive and share that with me. And I use that folder to work out of. So they'll put any logos, business information right there. So I have it at my fingertips so that I don't have to keep like, oh, can you send me this? Oh, can you send me that? I organize it such that I have everything right there. And then what goes in there are immediate tasks, like things that need like that are hot right now, that's what you're getting. You need to get off your plate. And then we talk about in there is ongoing tasks. So if there's anything like ongoing every single day that you want touched, you want taken care of, it's in there, black and white for both of us. And then I use that as a note system as well. So I'll create a file in there for notes, and depending on the work and everything, some clients get notes every day. Some clients get a note at the end of the week. It just depends on the workflow and what they want. But I will put notes in there as to what I did, what I need from you. So that eliminates 1,000 texts back and forth. It eliminates losing an email in an inbox,
True.
because this is a job, like this is work. This isn't just like contacting somebody. So I came up with that system and it's working. I haven't had any issues with any of my clients, and I work directly out of that. And then they can put stuff in there for me if they need to. It's just a nice way to share that. So
Yeah, and it's fantastic because it's one link. It's adding the things right there. It's so that's how I collect everything for the podcast too. When you guys send me your things, I'm like, send it in a Google Drive link, because if you're sending it in Instagram and email and this, I'm like, I don't even know where to
exactly.
look. I know I saw it, but I don't
Right.
know where to look. So
Exactly.
I live by the Google Drive. I live by
Yeah.
the Google Drive.
Yeah.
It's my
It's
favorite.
great. Yeah.
This is one of my favorite questions. What is the best money you've ever spent on your business?
The best money I've ever spent on my business.
Mhm.
I would have to say, I really think I'll spend good money to go to a networking thing. Again, because I don't spend on advertising. I don't, like I don't buy the ads. I don't, so if I get a really good vibe from a good like networking thing, I'll spend the money on that. So for
Okay.
sure. Yeah.
I like that. Okay, that is really good advice. So, spending the money on a networking. I'm trying to think, what is my best money? I don't think I've ever answered that on here. The best money I've ever spent. I try to think of like what we need every single day, right? Like,
Mhm.
especially like any woman in business. Like, what is something you need every single day? And I have like things that I spend money on, that it's like the DJ Osmo for like better content. I've used this bad boy like twice, and it's only because of taking it and having to import it. So I would honestly say the best money is probably a phone, like a good upgraded phone to get the nice camera, and
Right.
a really good laptop. Like, I think
There
that
you
that
go.
is something that is truly, truly needed in any business, is a really
Yeah.
great laptop and a phone.
I was actually thinking my laptop right after I answered and you started talking. That was the actual first purchase that I made last
Mhm.
year,
Yeah.
was a new laptop. Yeah. So
It's
for sure.
you gotta
I
keep
can't
it
do my
separate.
job without it.
Yeah, you gotta keep it separate. It's not for everybody, it's not for the house, it's my
Right.
own personal money hungry mama laptop, and, like,
That's right.
I love it. I love it. It's so true. It's like those are like the type of things that you don't think about when you're starting a business that you like genuinely need, but it's true. Yes, there's
Yeah.
apps, and yes, there's websites, and who's going to host your website, and there's so many different ones you can choose from. But
Right.
those are the basics that you like
Yeah.
truly truly need.
Yeah.
Love that. Okay. If a mom is listening who wants to make her first $500 a month, where would you tell her to start?
She needs to start where her passions are. What lights her soul on fire? What is going to feel like she's not working every day? And then pursue that. So where are your strengths? Where are your passions? And there's no right or wrong answer there. And it doesn't have to make sense to anybody else but you. So that's basically how I started. Like once my friend said that, I'm like, okay, yeah, that really is my strength.
Mhm.
And honestly, have my business open for over a year. I do not feel like I'm working. I love what I do every single day. And I know that sounds so weird because it's admin and not a lot of people like admin, but that I love it. So find something that sets your soul on fire, that is your passion, and pursue that. And then your money will come quickly after that.
It's so true, and just, like, if you guys are watching us on YouTube, you see it, but just, like, watching her talk about having this passion, you could see that she's being authentic, like, she really does love admin work, and I think what the best and coolest thing out of all of this, today is June 4th. The 90th episode of The Money Hungry Mama just dropped today, which is a wild concept, it's only been a year. But every single one of you are doing different things. Like, even if it's somewhat of the same, I don't even think we had a virtual assistant on before, but even if it's somewhat of a same job, they're still different in every sort of way because
Right.
there's so many jobs and ideas and things to do, but there's only one you. So you're going to bring something completely different to the table every single time. And I
Yeah.
love this so much because getting to hear your guys' stories, getting to hear everything that you're doing, the main key in what you said is passion. Because as moms, we are constantly being pulled in a million different directions, doing a million different things for other people. And you could be like me and still have your 9 to 5, right? Like doing all of these different things. But what's for you, right? When somebody asks me, how do you fill your cup? I do this. I work. Like, what do you mean? Like, this fills my cup. And that's what it should be doing. It should be something that you genuinely love to do because this is the one avenue it can be.
Right.
It's the one avenue it can be. And yes, you can chase the trends. And yes, you can follow so and so who's making millions of dollars. But even if you worked as hard as you possibly can work, it wouldn't be as much as if you were doing something that you were passionate about because there is just something so authentic and real about
Right.
having a passion for what you're doing that you can't fake it. That it's magnet, that it's something that people want to be a part of because you love it so much that it must be good.
Hmm.
And that is the key to unlocking what you should be doing is just having such a burning love for it because when you are exhausted and your kid is not sleeping through the night and you don't even want to think about opening the laptop, but you love it. So you
Hmm.
do it.
Yep.
That is going to be where passion falls in. And I love that. That's such
For sure.
great advice. That's such great
For sure.
advice.
Yep.
Love this. Okay. What does being a money hungry mama mean to you?
Well, I think that it really is the pursuit of money, right? And it's the pursuit of having the life that is authentic to you, right? And building that through your efforts, you know.
I love asking that question because there are always just like so many different reasons. Building the life that you want is out there and it's doable. And being able to show it to your kids is just something that is absolutely incredible. Like, you don't even realize how much they're paying attention or how much they're watching. Yesterday was my daughter's preschool graduation,
Yeah.
and they were so cute. It was 3 classes, and they did their songs and all this stuff, and one of the questions was, "What do you wanna be when you grow up?" And there was gymnastic teachers and police officers and firemen. My little 5-year-old goes, "I wanna be an author like mommy."
Oh,
I didn't even know she knew the word. And I just think, like, it's so cool because you don't even realize how much they are watching you,
right, right.
and they're always watching.
Absolutely. Yeah,
So to be able to give them that key of you can truly do whatever you want,
right.
what a gift. What a
Yes.
gift.
Yes. That's so awesome.
It's so beautiful to be in this space with so many of you incredible women and knowing that we're changing the world. Like we really truly are. This is a movement of moms doing the thing and doing what
Yeah.
they love. And this was not the way 25 to even 10 years ago. Like
Mhm.
what we are accomplishing now together in a room is just wild.
Yes.
Attend one networking
Amazing.
event. Just
Yeah.
attend one.
Right.
And it's amazing to see what these women are accomplishing. Raise your hand if you're planning a family vacation. Sounds almost as exhausting as the vacation itself. Yeah, me too. That's why I want you to know about the summer sponsor, Wishes Family Travel with Sue. Sue is a Disney earmarked travel agent who plans stress free trips for real families. And she's especially wonderful with young kids and food allergies. So nothing slips through the cracks. Disney World, Disney Cruise Line, all inclusive resorts, even honeymoons. She handles every little detail so you actually get to relax. Because your time together is precious and it should feel magical, not overwhelming. Adventure is out there, and Sue can help you plan yours. Follow her on Instagram at Wishes Family Travel with Sue. And remember, she's free to use. And it's so nice because I don't know if you've ever heard this expression. You are the 5 people you spend your most time with.
Mm.
And if you
No, I never did.
you never heard that. If
No.
you sat down and thought about the 5 people that you spend your most time with, really think hard about who you're spending that time with because my keep bringing him up today. I don't even know why. We never really talk about him on the podcast. My old boss used to say something of, if you are the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Like if you
Mm.
can do all the things, if you know all of the business end, all of the marketing, all of whatever, you are in the wrong room. It's time to level up the room that you're in.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
it's so true. That's
Yeah.
why it's so important to go to these networking events. That's why
Yes.
it's so important to constantly be attending live workshops, be attending,
Yes.
and it doesn't matter which one it is, right?
Mm-mm.
It's so funny because I feel like in this space, there could be that feel of competition. There's no competition.
Mm-mm.
In my eyes, it's always collaboration. I mean, look what Turnkey and Women and I did, right?
Yes.
If you can collaborate with different people and all of us have different skill sets and learn from each other and learn and do different things, that room would be incredible.
Absolutely.
It
Yeah.
would be amazing. So I love your original of putting the money towards these networking events because you want to get in the room. You want to get into the room and hear the stories and get the advice, all the things. And I'm also super guilty. I don't know about you. You know, when they do free webinars on anything, on an ad or whatever,
Yeah.
I always know there's going to be a pitch at the end, but I'm down for it. I want to see what you're going to teach me in that hour of my time.
Sure.
I will sign up for every single free webinar that I see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm like, let's learn. Let's see what you know that I don't know. I will say
Right.
though, guys, at the end of all of the free workshops for the Money Hungry Mama, there's no pitch. So it's literally, I just want to make that very clear. I got nothing to pitch you. So it's just free webinars for people. But the ones that you see where it's like a sales coach or a whatever, insert coach here, there's going to be something at the end. But I will attend all of them. And I suggest
Mhm.
you all do too, because it's amazing what you can learn in that pocket of time.
Absolutely. Yeah. Everybody should be learning something every day,
Something.
and I'm not always the best at that, but I really try to. And if there's something that I really don't know how to do, I figure it out.
Yeah.
I trial and error. I look it up. I ask Chat GPT. Like whatever I have to do in order to execute it, and I've learned a ton in just this year in business, because there really were things I didn't know, so
You're doing something new for the first time. And YouTube exists. You
yes.
can search anything. And I like to, so like if I'm searching, let's just say social media tips and advice, right? I'll watch at like 3 to 5 videos and I'll just take notes of each one. If there's a lot of crossover, those are the right tips. Those are the
Exactly.
right tips. I'm going to keep
Yes.
those in my back pocket. And I
Right.
think it's just so, like you said, it's so important to learn and grow. Everything is constantly changing. The internet is constantly changing. Business is constantly changing. The law is constantly changing. Like it
Right.
is a roller coaster of things.
Mhm.
To constantly learn and buy all of the nonfiction books and do all of the things. Like it is, listen to all the podcasts, soak them all up.
Right.
There's so much you can learn,
Mhm.
and it's all free.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
all free.
Yep.
I love it.
Yeah.
I
Me too.
love
That's
it.
awesome.
Yes, no, 100%. So, Lisa, what does the next 5 years look like for you?
Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, the obvious, I want my business to just keep growing. I want to be able to survive on my own. My change of life last year is I went through a divorce, so I'm out on my own, and it's a roller coaster and it's scary. So I'm hoping to have my own place. I'm hoping to I would love to be able to hire people to work for me with me and you know, as virtual assistants just to keep this company growing. You know,
Love
like
it.
I want an empire. I really do. Like that's in my heart. So, however that empire looks, I'm not quite sure, but that's what I want. So,
I love it. I love it. Grit and heart, baby. That's all it takes is
yep.
grit and
Yep.
heart and not giving up. Even on the hard days, it's not giving up.
Yep.
I love that. So
Thank you.
where can our listeners support you?
So you can find me on Instagram at Lux Virtual Services, and it's LUXE Virtual Services. My website is also luxvirtualservices.com. Yeah, so you can find me there. Those are
Love it.
the two easiest places to get me.
Awesome. Lisa, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. This was fun.